Yeah, hello guys, you are highly welcome to another amazing tutorial on Obote fashion channel. On today's video I'll be showing you can stitch these plackets, and then we have the neck taping all through. You can see that the plackets look very beautiful and nice, so but it requires a little bit of patience. So I urge you to watch the video to the end so that you will not miss any part of it. So without any further delay, let's get started. So the first thing you have to do is to cut the plackets like this. That is the collar state which we will use for the plackets. You cut it in two pieces. So the wideness of this is 2 inches. That's the wideness, and the length is 13 inches because the length of the placket is 10 inches. So you have to add like 3 inches to the placket. So whatever you want to make the length of the placket to be, just add like 3 inches to it. So for an average you can cut it 14 plus like 3 inches, so that will give you 17. So this is the material now that we apply the plackets on. So you double fold it like this. So the wideness of this is 2 inches while the length is 13.5. so that's just make it to be the same length, or you make it a little bit shorter than longer than the collar stay a bit. So just iron it to get the center. Once you get the center, you open it again, and then you place the collar stay on one side, place it on the second side as well, and then you press it very well. Take your time to do this so that the collar stay will adhere to the material very well. So you double fold it again, and then you iron it also to get the gator on the side. So once you do that, you iron it on the front also to make it relax very well. And that is it. So the next thing you have to do now is you have prepared the material, that is the kaftan like this. So joining the shoulder and then prepare the neck. So if you want to know how to do this facing, you can check the video on my channel, how to fix this lining on the kaftan dress. I have it on this channel. So you just get the gator on the neckline round, and it's on the center rather. So get the gator on the center. So once you get the gator, then you open it again. So you have to cut a collar stay on here. Is a normal gum stay, that is the Arctic gum stay. So just cut it to apply it on the neckline round. So you place it like this and you cut it round. So you cut it, the wideness to be like a 1 inch all through. So that is it. So you open it again, and then you have to apply the gum stay. So this is a gum stay. You have to apply the gum stay on the neckline. It's only on the front which we are putting this. Press it very well, and that is it. So the next thing you have to do now is to apply stay on the center all through. Place it like this. So the length of this is 15 inches. So just make it a little bit longer than the placket. So and the wideness is 6 inches. So that is the wideness, is 6 inches. Press it very well, and then you get the gator on the center again. And that is it. So the next thing to do now is to cut the neckline round to get the shape. So now whatever the wideness of the placket, so the wideness is 1.2. so you double fold 1.2 like this to get the center of a 1.2, and you mark it like this. So the length of the placket is 10 inches. So you mark 0.6, and then you roll it straight. So that is the half of a 1.2, so it's a 0.6. So you mark it like this, and then you give it a V shape on the down parts. You notch here, and then you notch the center down a bit also. So just cut it like this, then you open it, just press it down, press it, follow the line which we roll on the material already. So you fold the other side again, and then you press it very well. So please, if this is the first time you are checking on this channel, you are highly welcome to Noboty Fashion channel. This is the channel that brings you the easiest, fastest and the simplest method on how to draft, cut or sew anything on a men's dress. So I have a lot of videos on this channel and still have a lot more which is coming for your review. So I urge you to click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. So the next thing you have to do now is to cut the material we are to use for the piping. So the length of this, just measure the length of that is the neck opening, and then you measure the neckline round. So that will give us the length which we are to cut for the piping. So this is it now. You measure the length, and then you measure the neckline round. You measure the neckline round like this, and whatever you have, just add like a 3 inches to it. So just add like 3 inches to whatever you have. You lay the material like this, and then you measure the length which we are to use. So if the material, the pieces you have is not that enough, so you can join the pieces together. That is the material you are using for the piping, you can join it to be 2. So this is the length now, but I don't want to exhaust all this material, so I still have a lot of things I want to use it for. So just cut it a little bit short, cut it on the bias like this. That is the side that is stretched. Those are the side we have to use for this. So, and then you measure 1.7. so here now I measure 2 inches, but just measure 1.7. So measure 1.7, and then you roll it straight. Just cut it out. So the next thing to do now is to cut it on the other side again, because this one cannot be enough. So the remaining pieces that I have now, you measure 1.7 again. Measure 1.7, and then you roll it straight. Just cut it straight like this, and that is it. So this is the back now. So you mark the back, and then you place it together like this again. Then you have to stitch it like this. So let me do that now. So this is now after I've already joined the material for the piping together. So you open it like this, and then measure whatever you need for this placket. So I'm cutting this one out, so that is what I need. So you fold 0.5 here, fold ½ inch straight down, fold it all through. Yep. So the next thing you have to do now is to cut a hemming gum. You cut a hemming gum and then you split it into two. You have to cut this one into two, then just insert it into the folding, and then you press it. Please, if you derive value in this video, just help me give this video a thumbs up, so that a lot of people will be able to see it and they too will be able to benefit from the video. So that is it. So just press it down. The work needs a lot of ironing, so you have to be patient, so for you to achieve a desired results. So that is it. So you iron it very well. Make sure that the hemming gum is adhered to the material very well. So that is it. So we are through with the ironing for now. So the next thing to do now is to proceed to the sewing machine and then do the stitches. So these are the remaining material. There's the material now. So these are the pieces. So just arrange everything. So here now, I've already weaved this placket which we folded before. So just weave both edge. I've weaved this edge, and also I've weaved this edge as well. So you have to take the material now, that is the main bodies, lay it on the front, and then you have to insert the placket. That is the material for the placket. So the side that have a collar stay facing outside, so that is the side which you will use, make sure that it is facing outside. So just set it very well. Set this, and then whatever you have there, just measure it. Here now I have like a 1.6 thereabout, or 1.2. So that is what I have here. So whatever you have at the down part here now, just take it to the front, just shift it to the front like this, and then you leave excess of like a 0.5 upward, and then you measure the same thing here. So just you have to stitch it down like this. You measure it again, whatever the opening we have at the down part. So that is what we are maintaining now. So just stitch it all through. Please take your time to do it, to stitch this side, because this is the side that brings out the beauty of the work. So make sure that the stitches is very close to the tip, and then the stitches is also straight. So when you get here, just reverse a little bit. Don't make the stitches to be too much, just a little, and then you stop, then you cut the thread. So this is the side that where the collar stay is facing outside. So you insert it to the other side again, and then you turn it way around. So you measure the same thing which we have on the other side. So you leave excess of 0.5 upward, and then measure what we have on the other side, which is a 1.2, which is a 1.2. So you are not starting from the down, you are starting from up a bit. So just stitch it all through, and then measure 1.2. Make sure you take your time to do this, and then the stitches should be very straight, and make sure that the stitches is at the tip as well. So just stitch it straight down, and that is it. So the next thing you have to do now is to set the placket. You can see that. So just knit all the threads, and then just make sure you set the placket, and make sure that the neck is equal on the neckline. And then you have to use office pin to hold it together. Just take office pin to hold it together like this, and that is it. So here now, just cut the split straight to make it equal, and then I want to cut a 0.2 round here. So that is how I prepare my piping. So whatever you have at the neckline, just trim a 0.2 round it, so that the neckline will be equal and then straight. So just trim it all through like this, and this is it. Let me show you very well now. You can see that the neckline is very rhyme. So here now you have to create a little shape on this side. So just create like a cuff here, just little, don't make it to be too much, and then just trim it, and that is it. So you remove the office pin again, just little shape there. Now you have to take the piping, that is the material we prepare for the taping now. Just place it here on the left side, and then you measure like 0.2. That is what we are using for these stitches. I believe you can see that that's a 0.2. So just stitch it all through. So please take your time to do this, especially this cuff area. So don't hold the material together, that is, don't create any pleating on this side. So just take your time to do this. It can be a little bit time consuming or tasky, so just be patient, because this is what brings out the beauty of the style. So if you create any pleating here, it will affect the piping on the front. So just take your time to do this. Stitch it 0.2 all through. Don't make it to be too wide than 0.2, so that the thing will be equal all through. So you stitch it like this, 0.2. Make sure you take your time to create all this cuff, follow all this cuff, and then make sure that the stitches is a 0.2 all through, and don't make any pleating on the piping. That is very important. And then you cut it like this, you turn it inside, you turn the excess, you cut inside. So once you do this, then you have to turn it to the front, and then you turn this inside. So we are almost getting there. So we are achieving the result already. So just turn this one inside, and then you turn this one inside. So you have to proceed to the table now to do the ironing. So you lay it like this. So this is the reason why I said I should make it a 1.2, because it seems that this taping is a little bit wide, so I have to reduce it a bit here now. But once you cut a 1.7, it's okay. So this is it now. Just turn it like this, and then you press all the taping round. Press it round. I believe you can see that. So just create all this thing, and make sure that it's very firm to the stay which is on the material and on the neckline. So make sure that the folding is firm on the neckline. Make sure that it's firm. You turn it like this, then you iron it. So let me turn this one to the other side, to the back, to be able to iron it very well. So you iron this place as well, and make sure that the thing is very key to the material, so that you don't have any bug on the neckline. So you turn it like this again, and then you'll be able to iron it very well. Press it very well, and then you use clapper to cool it down, and that is it. So just turn it to the front. So the thing will not leave firm yet until we stitch it on the material. So you just make sure you iron it very well, but still it will not relax very well until we do the final stitches, so that all this thing will be able to eradicate it. So that place have a little stain, of a iron. So that is it. So let's proceed to the machine and stitch it. Here we are. So just stitch it all through like this. So you have to stitch it very close to this tipping. So in between this tipping and the placket, so that is where we are stitching. Take your time to do this, please. Take your time. Must be patient while you are sewing this place, because the stitches should not fall on the tipping. Should be very close to the tipping, whereby people won't know where the stitches is. So it will be very close to the tipping, and then if you rush too much, you may stitch on the tipping. So just take your time to do this. We are almost there, so just stitch it all through. Please, if you derive value in this video, don't forget to click on the like button. And if this is the first time you are coming to this channel, you are checking on my video for the first time, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. So please, that's very important as well. So this is it now. We are getting there. So now you have to set it together now again, and then you lay it very well. So you have to start from the place we stopped before, and then these stitches now should be very close to the tip, and then you reinforce, but the reinforcement should not be too much. That is, the reverse should not be too much, so that it will not create any other rough stitches on the front. So make sure you take your time to do this, and then you follow the line we have sewing before. So you create this shape here, and then you stitch it like this. So once you get to the upper part here, just stitch it a little bit. Don't make it to be too much, so that the reverse will not show. That is, the stitches will not be too much on the front. So that is it. So you have to hold the two together now. So I want to tack the two material together now here. So just take it up a bit, and then you stitch it down, and that is all. So I have excess on this place, so I have to trim it out. Just cut it out like that, and that is it. So let me do the final ironing now for you to see the result of what we have been sewing. You can see that. You can see how nice and beautiful the thing come out. So please make sure you take your time to do this, and then when you finish your own, let me see it on our platform, where you can give me feedback on what you have been able to achieve with the result. So please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. I have a lot of video for you on this channel, and more are still coming. So thank you for watching, and I say bye for now.